So our very first cloud code is going to be a very simple one. I'm going to go into my cloud folder, and here I have my main.js file, which I can open with Sublime Text. And there is already a little bit of sample code there. I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to add a code to set a property inside my score class that tells me if the number being recorded is an even number or if it's not an even number, if you set it to true or false depending on the number. And I want that code to run every time a object is stored or updated in my database. So I put just some code here and explain line by line what it does. So this is how you define your cloud code. You use parse.cloud, and then, as I said, I want this code to be run every time I'm going to save an object. It doesn't matter if it's a new object that I'm saving or if I'm saving an updated object, but before save, I want to run this code here. So then I tell to which class I'm going to run this code. And basically what I'm going to do is every time I'm going to save a new object, I'm going to retrieve its score property and divide it by 2. If the rest is 0, I'm going to set the property, this is a new property called isEvenNumber, to true. And if it's not, the rest is not 0, I'm going to set it to false. And at the end of this operation, I always have to put this response.success, because if you don't, parse will never know that your code ended running and you enter a infinite loop situation. So every time this operation, the whole operation is done, I have a response success. Alright? So I'm going to save this code now. I'm going back to the parse dashboard, and from there I'm going to add that that isEvenNumber property to my class. So it's going to be in the score class. I will add a new column. It will be of the type Boolean. It's going to be called isEvenNumber, is undefined. And also I'm going to show you how you can change data on the fly. So if I come here, double click it, my 9 score from the previous event. If I type 0 and enter, it's now saved, it's now 0. So I'm going back to my console and I'm going to deploy the cloud code I just did. It's now updated. If I come here to my back for app dashboard and enter my server settings and go all the way to cloud code settings, here I have the structure for my website inside the public folder, and here I have my cloud folder with main.js, which contains, if I click it, the code I just published. So we know the code is there, it's working. So I'm just going back to my dashboard, and every time I change a score for a user, watch what happens with isEvenNumber property. So I'm going to change it to 1 and it's false. I will change it to 2 and it's true. I'm going to change it for 3 and it's false. And even if I come here and start playing the game again, it will update accordingly. So if I come here and refresh it, see that change to true, and at some point back again to 5 and false, 6 true, and so on. So this is our first Cloud Code, and what is important at this point is the concept of having your application running JavaScript code on the back end of the Back4App servers. And once again, the very important part of finishing your functions with a response success, so the program will know that this was all implemented. Another thing you should have on mind before deploying Cloud Code, especially if you have a big application with lots of insertions or updates, if you do a before save, this will happen for every insert and for every update that your database has. So this can have a huge impact on performance depending on how much data you save. So use this with caution, okay?